Welcome to round 3 of the designer art card display unboxing featurette series. First, an overview. I chose some stickers. Irresistible Executioner type fantasy dude. And then we're going to have a look at the art of Leyendecker, which I'm hoping is fantasy sci-fi and not comics. Rowena, my second pack of cards by that artist. Americana. I believe this features great historical personalities, so I'm excited to see what's going on in that one. Okay, Firebrands, heroines of sci-fi and fantasy, and I'm going to have to individually spot check each one of these for adult content. Then we'll have a look at Wild West, art by Mort Kunstler. Also hyped to see what's in there, followed by David Mattingly. And then Escape of the Dinosaurs. Yes. A good find. And we're going to round it out with Paul Chadwick. I think my first packet of cards by this guy. Let's begin with the stickers. This is the company that produces most of these art cards, at least the worthwhile ones. FPG Incorporated. I don't know if they're still active, but located in my old stomping ground of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So a great looking package, eye-catching. Let's hope that the art is just as eye-catching. I'll try to keep everything centered this time. Last video I was leaning on my knee. It made for all the cards to be a little off-center, but here we go. Oop. Okay. Looks safe. We have an empress or some type of queen or something occupying a stone seat adorned with skulls, her panther companions. Then we have some sci-fi adventurer types. Conan, that must be Conan. Doing battle with a dinosaur species. Saving the Vixen. Yeah, I must say, these are exceptionally good cards. So an early apology for the low quality the camera work and everything, but anyway, this one looks to be signed and numbered, number 190 on a 510 by the artist. Great, and a good image of a Viking warrior. Here we have demon bursting through a rip in the time continuum, and Conan there, who was lounging in a relaxed way with that lady, has to jump up and defend his life and hers, followed by a legionnaire of some kind there on the battlefield. So hopefully the focus wasn't intolerable on those. Moving forward, the rest of them should be much better. Let's go. Archival pictures by this famed artist. So I've chosen some kitsch Americana stuff, maybe. Or is that Robin Hood and Maid Marian? Beautiful. Oh, and a circus scene. A carnival atmosphere. I'm just charmed. Great. Yeah. Well, I'm already won over. And some daffodils. I have some of my own here, so we can enjoy that coincidence together. So, awesome imagery. And every one of them, it looks like they were featured on an edition of a print periodical. 1930. Cupid with his bow and arrows, or Saint Valentine it says. The policeman ensuring the safety of the community. Great. Great. I'm going to have to get a hold of a couple of more of these. I'm completely won over. Every one of those images was fascinating. Fantastic quality. Very nice. Okay, moving forward onto Rowena. Let's see here. I'm definitely developing some favorites now that I've got multiple packs of a few of these different artists. And I thought I would be done collecting them for a while, but I'm definitely going to go back and see what else I can find. And I enjoy sharing them too. We have a maiden here with 3 dragons. Well, doesn't that look familiar? And another dragon beast falling from the sky outside of her window of her chambers. And she's got a 2-stringed lute, it looks like. Oh, there are more than 3 dragons, but there she is, the lady in red. Somehow she's gotten a hold of the dragons. Okay, some adventurers making camp for the evening. A well done piece of fantasy artwork. Do they trust their new traveling companion? And her vicious pet chihuahua, dragon. Let's see here. Fantastic art images. An early look at the computer in the early imaginings of this artist. And the dashing young archaeologist and his cat in the drafty old castle. The first time I've seen one of these. Collectible check mark cards. Vikings, number 10. Maybe I'll hang on to that. Alright, so we have giant wave crashing, and their savior comes in the form of this handsome, chiseled, giant, winged character. Interesting. And now we have another cat being featured, 2 in 1 pack. She must be saying goodbye to this brave adventurer as he moves out into the dangerous world in defense of the kingdom, or her purity or something. Great cards. Yes, the pink-panted adventurer coming in. And look what he's found. Another fascinating piece of art. Hopefully in focus and clear. Okay, a mer creature doing an evocative dance, splashing up out of the water, swirling her tail in a mesmerizing way. Sisters from the Coven and the groundhog. Look at the look on its face. Oh, sorry, it doesn't focus that well up close. Anyway, you can tell what he's thinking. Could it be a hallucination? Well, there's old Crocodilio. There he is making his appearance. His first appearance, I think, in one of these cards. Taking part in some alchemical processes. Maybe he brought along one of the key special ingredients the wizard needed for his sensor. And another cat. So this artist has dropped in lots of stimulation into that pack of cards, and pound for pound, probably one of the more entertaining card packs. But this has been a great run, I must say, already. So, hope you're enjoying it as much as me. Americana cards. Let's go. Are we going to see presidents? Well, we're seeing early writers, people involved. Thomas Paine, author of The Age of Reason and a number of other important historical works. Smiling. All right. Yes, definitely a politician. And we've got trivia here on the back of every card. Fighting for the revolutionary team. William Berger. Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Okay, now we have a picture of Joseph Johnston, stately Johnston, Who wants to venture a guess as to what he did in the history of our country? He was a soldier. Robert Frost. Wow, they even are including noteworthy poets. To think of Robert Frost as a young man. Great. I will treasure that card. And Annie Oakley. A markswoman. Followed by this character portrait of Aaron Burr. Who knows their American history? A statesman and a student at Princeton. Pat Garrett. A sheriff. William Sherman. Piercing eyes. Fine looking art on these. A general with a laundry list of historical highlights. Independence Day. The artist has chosen these three musicians to represent it. James Buchanan. Let's get a close look at him. One day I'll master this focusing business for these card displays. John Adams, another very important personality. The second president of the United States. And his son, John Quincy Adams, was the 6th president of the United States. All right, and Jimmy Carter. So a great range of historical characters and lots of information. So we're learning and having a good time with these fine collectible cards. Oh, Carter, by the way, the 39th president of the United States. All right, back to the action. This is the packet I'm going to have to evaluate for nudity. But no worries. As the cards are approved, they'll move into the frame. All right, we have a Panther woman. Oh, sorry, just a little bit hard to focus. She's also sort of dwelling in the shadows. All right, we have a warrior from an Arctic realm with our Janet Jackson apparel. This is a repeat, so we've already seen that warrior lady there with a heavy, heavy brow. Lots of things going on. Wow, this is an unusual rethinking of the E.T. universe. Maybe. Let me grab E.T. So the artist must have imagined that this is what E.T. would look like if he grew much taller. And so what's going on in this world? It's a very unusual universe that these characters inhabit. Another strange robot-looking creature approaching from over the horizon, and a ship in the background. So definitely an unusual card. All right. Okay, here we have a musician, strange four-armed creature playing an instrument from an alien world, ensconced in a sphere of sparkling lights, approaching through maybe the entryway of the shuttlecraft. If only we could hear that beautiful music. Alright, we'll avoid this one. We have some angels at play in a serene waterfall setting, but it's probably not appropriate for the YouTube guidelines. Now we have some sharks and a swimming maiden in an underwater scene. Very, very nice. Okay, this next card I won't display is a fearsome tiger who has just destroyed or taken the life of a male character, and then now it's approaching like a female character ready to attack. Okay, a serene garden scene. Could that be a snake's head? Some very nice plants with varying degrees of poison. And another sci-fi battle scene in a Mayan type universe. A strange troll creature being ridden by a dinosaur creature and attacked by a laser rifle wielding combatant. Alright, moving forward into Wild West, The Art of Mort Kunstler. Collectible cards. What do we got? How does he stack up against the likes of Rupel and the others? Well, we have a scene in an early Wild West town. You can almost see the swirling dust at the feet of all these pioneers, and some type of politician or lawmaker reading from a newly minted law or something. And these are really stuck together. Thick cardstock. Okay. Full action here. They're going to rob the train. They're bursting out from behind the boulder. So this is very exciting. Okay. All right, now we have a painting of a Native American child. Followed by some people talking. Endeavoring to do something, probably. And another massive scene. A lot to take in here. This artist is definitely giving you a lot for your time. And this meandering path here. So orchestrated well. Despite being busy. Native American hunting with his bow and arrow. The buffalo. Okay, some Oregon Trail business. And the choo-choo train. So, and probably my favorite one so far. The lone hunter, mountain man. Maybe that's Jeremiah Johnson himself. What could be over that ridge? So nice. 3 more packs Lots of enjoyment today. David Mattingly. My second pack of Mattingly cards. A great deal. These are $1 or less each pack. And when I buy them at the booth, the flea market. This is a repeat, but it's a fine one to have a repeat of. I like that one. I hung on to the last one. Okay, this is a great picture. I like this quite a lot. So they're in a bar. They're thinking about the night's festivities. Maybe they're not worried about the intergalactic war breaking out all around them. They're just enjoying a night at the club, dancing, and drinking. So if only we could smell those flowers from the last space scene and taste these space beer from the future. So these crazy universes are cropping up more and more. Is that a Dorito eating an ice cream cone? This is frightening and strange in so many ways. I'm going to move this card out of the frame, promptly going to burn it at the end of the video filming session. Okay, she's going to shoot down that alien spacecraft. What are its motives? Cool, that's a good one. This really shows the divide between the machinations of science and the actual business of everyday life, and how they rub shoulders. Alright, I never like when they come in that unprofessional way, like one of them facing another direction. So is that the mother brain? He's a janitorial type, even holding a wrench to indicate that. And he's found himself in a pickle. What's going on? Are the scientists doing their job? Is this adventurer know something? What could be happening here? So a very loaded, evocative image. Okay, an awesome space scene with a shuttle that looks like it may have even come from Earth, whizzing by. I love the Mass Effect universe. This takes me there, with humanity meeting with these other alien species for the first time and figuring out how things are going to politically coalesce. Another awesome looking alien space vessel, or it could be a human space vessel from far in the future. Okay, a demonic looking alien race springing into action, and these nice lanterns unlit at the moment on this in this alien landscape. Cool. Alright, not bad. Okay, now this is the second one I've seen in this format. Of with these white borders, which is a great way, which is a very great way to distinguish these. That's really well done. Hopefully not too dark. And a magical cat. You had one wish, and he used it. If it was possible at the moment, I would go and grab my cat to show you. All right. So, Escape of the Dinosaurs. This one's really exciting. Oh, and I can send in for a free wall poster. Yes. Australia and New Zealand. So here they are stateside. And in my hands, a little harder to open than all the other packs. Carnotaurus. Yeah. Okay, Diplodocus. Diplodocus, 17 of 60. That won't do it all. Here, let's see. Should get it to focus better. Great. Ankylosaurus. This is one of my two favorite dinosaurs. Can you guess what the other one is? By the end of this card set, if you haven't guessed, I'll let you know. Or if it hasn't shown up. Sylvosaurus. Whoa, this one might be a contender for one of my new favorites. I didn't even know it existed. And comparing it to the Ankylosaurus, it looks even more fierce. Nah, I can't abandon the old Ankylosaurus. He's been my favorite for a long time. Dimetrodon. Look on his face. Let's see. Yes. Dimetrodon, always up to no good. Tyrannosaurus. So interesting cards. I won't be getting another pack of these though, but pretty cool. Deinonychus. Well, the background is so beautiful, we don't have to worry about getting his name right. We can just appreciate him. And there he is, the Carnotaurus. Was he really that shimmering blue color? Were there really tornadoes in the part of the world where he was actively stomping? Alright, it didn't show up, but the second of my two favorite dinosaurs is the pterodactyl. The opposite of the Ankylosaurus. Okay, Paul Chadwick. This is going to be our last card set for today. So a golem type walking around in a subdued environment. Try these different techniques to get it to focus. Anyway. Here's a strange one. Some plankton, some mitochondrial looking things going on under the sea, and a plant creature, or at least a human who's fallen into the water and began to sprout. Strange and evocative. Paul Chadwick is the painter. What else does he have to offer? This is a cool scene of a scientist pressing the red button. And the camera definitely doesn't, well, it does an okay job of picking up the shimmering art. The chromium style card. Okay, I love these colors, first of all. And it's like some alien species on an alien world, and here it's an alien world that does not look like Earth, so that's refreshing. It looks like the atmosphere is totally different. It looks like their political and social strata are completely alien. So hopefully it's nice and clear. That's a strange one. And a keeper. Alright. So this is just a weird acrobat guy. With a giant head on top of his head. Followed by, this one could be turned anyway, in any direction. So maybe I'll just twist it while we have a look. Like it's hurtling through space. We have people falling out of the cargo bay, drifting out into space, very much like the science fiction tropes that we all know and love. So that's a keeper. I'll just have to figure out which way I want to display it in my card sleeve page. Alright, now we have some action. On par maybe with that action of the train being robbed in the Wild Wild West. Our hero. Some alien architecture. And the final card of this showing is like a sporting event, or maybe a docking bay or a futuristic airport. Some people gathered there on the standing against the railing. Well, they're queued up, it looks like, to get onto the shuttle. Great. So this has been a fantastic showing. I'm very happy with today's selections. A lot of these are going to go into my collection, and thanks for watching.